Good morning, and let's sit on the edge of the chair. And put your hands on the table and start sliding both hands forward. And notice if they go together or is one leading the way. And then when you want to come back, where do you start? Do you start pushing from the shoulder, from the elbow, or do you move your pelvic, your hip back on the chair? So try to move the hip on the chair. So this box that we have down here in the middle of the body is our power box. This is the thinking box. This is the power box.
It's our core center.
This is the core. This is the center. That's where we start.
Very important.
Yeah,
I used to be a dancer, and because of that, I knew what my set was balance center.
Good. What kind of a dance?
Ballet. I love it. It's my passion.
So that's my profession. I'm a dance teacher. Yeah.
Cool. Did you do ballet? I used to do
Ballet,
yeah, but I didn't even start till I was 35 to 58.
So we're going forward, allowing the hip to fold over the legs. And when we want to come back, we kind of pull the pelvis back and the arms are coming with it without needing to create any distortion in the shoulders and the ankles. Maybe exhaling, going forward. Maybe we're cleaning the table too.
Have any conditions since you had all these things? I mean, have you gotten sick because of anything?
No.
Who knows?
Okay,
Well,
let's
you
be
would know if
positive.
you're sick.
Yeah, let's
I
be
know
positive.
I know I've been sick, but I don't know.
Okay, so the hip is pulling us back. And we're going to go back again, forward. And now instead of the hip taking us back, try to round your upper shoulders and upper back and see how does that feel going back. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
So let's go back into that pelvis. So let's inhale and come up with the hip, like taking the hip out of itself and fold it over the legs. And pull it back like belly button goes towards the spine. Come back. And lift the hip out of itself. Inhale. Exhale. Reach, 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 reach. And pull the belly button towards the spine. And so if you had to imagine in your mind the shape of the spine, we're going into an L shape. We are creating a smaller angle between the torso and the legs. And when we pull the belly button in, we get into like a C shape. C shape. And one more time, we're going to do it with both hands. Let's stay where it's comfortable. And now take the right one forward. And bring it back. And the right one forward. And bring it back. And as you bring the right arm forward, notice how your head and face are turning to the left. It's like you're making room. And maybe as you keep on doing it, bring the right arm forward and back. Notice how your ribs on the right side are moving forward with the arm. See if you can allow the ribs to rotate. So many times we think about the rib cage as a cage, something that's just protecting our hearts and our lungs. But see if you can get it flexible. It's still protecting, but it's flexible. Breathe. And the muscle between each rib. So now instead of going straight with the arm, see if you can create a little bit of an arc. As if you want to put your head on the table to go up. See if you can come trying to create like a pillow for your head with a trajectory where the ribs are coming forward and the ribs are coming back. And the ribs are coming forward and the arms are a little bit of an arm. Can you feel it in the body? Exhale, going forward. And inhaling. And this you can do even in your room. You have a table there, right? And now that you feel that the arm is arching, the head is turning, the neck is turning, the ribs are moving, see if your right leg is going forward a little bit and the right side of your hip is going. So the sitting bone on the right side is gliding forward on the chin. And then it comes back. So the right hip is coming forward and the right knee goes in front of the leg. And then you inhale. The knee is forward, the hip is forward, the ribs are forward, and the wrist there. Take a breath on the table with that rotation. And then come back. And come back all the way up and rest a minute and just feel the difference between that side to the other side. Huge difference. Even if we don't know how to put it in words, you can sense it. So we're going to do the left arm. So we're going to slide with the breathing. We're going to fold the hip over the legs and we're going to slide forward until it's where it's comfortable. And we're going to start by moving the left arm forward and back. We already know that if we allow the head and the ribs and the hip, the arm will go with a little bit of an arch. When you bring your arm back, bring it only to align with the left. You don't have to bring it all the way to the ribs. Just to align it with the, so it goes forward, to rotate forward, and to align with the other one. Exhale, arch it. And everything that we've learned on the right side, we can put onto the left side. So we inhale, we exhale, we arch the head, the eyes are turning towards the right, the ribs are moving forward, the left hip is moving forward. And you come back. Your brain already knows, so we just have to kind of rehearse it a little bit to make it all work together. Inhale, coming out of the pelvis to fold it and move the whole left side. And you can do it in your own timing.
How you feel? All right, how about yourself? Oh, pretty good.
Compare this side to the other side. Does it feel the same? Does it feel different? Sometimes we give names. This is my good side. This is my not so good side. Can you bring to the left what you have learned on the right? By thinking about it, by seeing, feeling the arcing movement of the arm, the elbow. Now the ribs is a little bit hard because they're up in the air, but the fingers and the elbow are on the table and the sitting bones on the left side is on the chair. So those give you feedback to the brain. And the next time we're going to go down, we're going to exhale and we're going to rest there. It hurts? Right. It should be as comfortable as you can go to sleep. And come back up. And open your arms a little bit wider than your shoulders. So the elbows are wider than your hands. So we already have that arc. Nice. And I'm going to move the right one towards aligning it with the left. Coming back. Lifting the pelvis up. Arcing the left one to align it with the right. So I'm bringing my hand in an arc. I'm drawing like a rainbow, and I'm bringing it over to the other side. And notice how your hip has to move on the chair. It's like a lazy Susan. Your hip is turning on the chair like a lazy Susan on the table. Remember those lazy Susans for the salt and pepper? Or ketchup or whatever it was? So besides turning the hip and bringing the arm over, your head has to turn. And your head is looking towards the elbow in the bed. It looks towards the elbow. So when I'm bringing my right arm over, I'm looking at my left elbow. And I come back up. And I exhale. And I'm turning. How soft are my ribs? Can you get the ribs to be soft all the way up to your armpit? So your hand is really reaching. And rest for a minute. And lower your arms and feel what it feels to just feel. If you feel a little bit more open, more steady on the chair. And try to collapse and see if it feels good. Or is the new place feels better, more alive, more present. And what I'd like us to do is to turn the chair to the side, sit on the edge, and now we're going to go side to side. So now, what we did till now, we allowed the ribs to go forward and forward. Now we're going to bend them from side to side. So we're going to have the hand on the chair, on the table, and we're going to tilt the ear towards the shoulder on the same side that we're going. And when you feel that you had enough and you feel like it's too much, you come back up. So the arm is straight. See if you can align it with your shoulder so it's not forward, but so that it's just to the side. And the ribs will be bent laterally to the side. And what's going to stop you is not the side that's bending, it's the side that's stretching. Can you feel that? Mm-hmm. So see if you can bring your hand to the side, not forward, to the side, and start allowing the head to go down, the ribs to bend, and notice when the opposite side says enough, and what's going to bring you back is as if somebody is pulling your hip back up and the rest of the body is coming up. Don't try to come up from the small muscle of your rib. Get your hip to bring you up. So we're going to start by doing the head down, the neck down, the shoulder down, the ribs down, all the way until you feel the stretch in the hip, above the hip. These muscles are called quadratus lumborum. And when you want to get up, it's like somebody coming from the side and pulls your pelvis to the middle of the chair, and the rest is a ripple effect that brings you all the way up. And again, we have the table for the sensation as a feedback. See if you don't grab to the table, if you can just slide on the table. And when you want to come back up, it's like somebody pulling your hip to the center of the chair. That's really, really important. And going down. And go just as low as you feel comfortable. And now take the upper shoulder and bring it forward. Oops. And throw it back and look up towards the ceiling. And throw it down forward and look down in between your chair and the table. And throw the arm back and the shoulder back and look up towards the ceiling. And roll forward. And roll back and look up. Just as far as it feels comfortable. And roll forward. And roll back. Let's do it one more time. Rolling forward. And rolling back. Bring your shoulder to the middle, your head to the middle, and from the pelvis, bring the pelvis to the middle of the chair, and ripple effect, go up, up, and up, and up, and see how it feels. The side that bent, the side that stretched. Can you feel the difference between the two motions? And take a deep breath and see how it feels inside you. And let's turn the chair in the opposite direction so we can do the other side. So we're sitting on the edge of the chair. Our hand is to the side. And since we want a bending in the ribs laterally, you want the arm to be aligned with your shoulder, not forward, but to the side. And we're going to start from allowing the head to go down, the ear to go down, and slowly the ribs are bending to the side, and your arm is stretching forward, gliding on the table. When you feel that the stretch is finished, like you don't want to go any further, that's the time to pull the hip back into the chair and get a ripple effect up the ribs to sitting up. So we start from the head down to go, move forward with the hand. And we start from the hip up to come back up. And each time you want to make sure that the arm is to the side. Sometimes it likes to slide forward. And from the head down, allowing the head and neck to create a side bend, like an accordion. And to come back up, bring the hip to the chair and slowly bring one rib after the other. And from the head down, exhale and glide the arm towards the center of the table, away from you. And to come back up, you have to have strong hip. And to get strong hip, sometimes we have to use our feet, pressing the feet into the floor. And the next time we're going to go down from the head, the shoulders, sliding, the ribs softening. Stay down there. And now allow the upper shoulder to roll forward. And bring the arm back and roll the head up towards the ceiling. And roll forward with the shoulder. And roll back with the shoulder and look up at the ceiling. and roll forward, and roll back, and roll forward, and roll back, and bring the head to the center and the shoulder to the center. Pull the hip to the chair, center of the chair, and come up, 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 up. Take a deep breath. And let's bring the chair one last time towards the table. Perfect. And let's go to the edge of the chair. And let's put the hands, palms up. And widen the hands until they come off the table. Bring them as far to the side as you can. Hold them there. Turn the palms down as you descend down to the table. And turn the palms up. And widen and widen and widen and bring it up to the shoulder and out to the side. Turn the elbows back. Turn the arms down and descend into the table. So we're like a little airplane. And palms up, widen, and lift a little bit. Take a deep breath. And exhaling by turning the elbows and the hands. So that's like a big breath of inhale to open up. Turn the elbows and the hands to exhale and land. And inhale to take off for the day. And exhale when we come at the end of the day, landing. Or inhale and take off for an action. And finding center and calm and quiet when we finish. And let's see if we can widen a little bit more and come up a little bit higher. And elbows back, hands down, and land. And inhale up. Lift the rib cage, lift the rib cage. Turn the elbows and then now allow the rib cage to come back to quiet. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up. And bring the arm all the way up. Bring the hands together and slowly with the exhale, bring the hands down towards the center of the body. And put the hands on your sternum just like they do in yoga. And close your eyes. And just breathe and feel where your shoulders are.
That's my favorite man.
Where your ribs are. Can you sense that maybe the lungs have more space to inhale and exhale because the ribs are moving? The muscles between the ribs are a little bit more awakened now. And then take your hands and put them on your heart for another breath or two. And then slowly open your eyes. Thank you for joining me for this configuration.
Thank you. Thank you.